pictures turned out amazing. I can't wait to share with you guys. I'll definitely be posting on Instagram, so make sure you're following. All right, peace. Show me your favorite things. Yeah, these things right here are like right now for both of us. Like they have eucalyptus, it has chamomile, aloe vera, and vitamin E, and they smell delicious, but just really good. It just kind of like opening up the nose after swiping it. I'm gonna show them how it works. I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna show them how we clean your nose. Oh no. Close it up. Shoot. Let me get it. You good? Okay. So both Clay and I are dealing with a cold. He doesn't want to take a real nap, and just trying to both get all this congestion and stuff out. Not fun. Not fun at all. But Clay is 5 months, and at 5 months, Clay has already started scooting and booting on the floor. Sits up by himself. He loves squash. What else? He loves to grab everything. He's so strong. He loves tummy time. It's mommy's boo-boo. So I know that this vlog is going up a little late. But last week was just a little difficult, and there was a lot going on. I had a friend that got sick, and that kind of threw me for a loop. And I went into my quiet place of prayer for a couple of days, and it didn't help that Clay and I were both sick, which I still sound very nasally. And I didn't want to end off the vlog without one doing some type of food that I ate this week, and then two, answering some questions from previous videos. So, alright, so I'm going to show you guys. Usually I'll have a smoothie. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, really 7:45-ish. But usually I'll have like a smoothie in the morning, but because I had this cold going on, I don't want anything cold on my throat. I have my tea, and I am using loose leaf tea. This is a blueberry green tea, and I can leave it down below for you guys. So I have that with a little bit of honey, and then to get my greens in, I have, I'll show you, is it gonna focus? There we go. I have eggs with spinach, and I put some Parmesan cheese on it because cheese is just my kryptonite. I need cheese with the side of avocado. I am gonna start, experimenting with vegan cheeses and seeing like if there's something that sticks with me. But cheese is just like my go-to. I have to have cheese. And then of course I have my water. And then I'll probably do an orange juice with an emergency with it, just to try to clear some stuff up. I'm not taking any medication, only because I'm still breastfeeding, and that life is real. This week actually started off pretty great. It was a blog that came out that I was listed as one of the top 15 people to follow with endometriosis on YouTube. Go figure. So that was pretty cool. I don't feel like I do enough on this channel, even though I feel like it's evolving into something really great. I don't feel like I do enough, and I want to focus more on it, which means that I'm not on my other platforms as much. But yeah, I definitely have some things cooking. I have started this interview series that I'm excited to premiere in March with Endo girls that either I just like fell in love with or really am curious about their story. And it starts off with Jessica Mernan, and I absolutely love her. She just gives me good juju all around on social media and with her book. So I hit her up on IG and said, hey, are you interested in doing an interview with me? And she's like, of course. I've been trying to figure out how to work with you. And I'm like, go figure. So yeah, she's gonna be the first interview that I push out for that, which I'm really excited about. I can say it was very insightful because I did not know that this lifestyle that she started really like mirrors how I started my food journey, with just like eating what I wanted to, but then trying to be a little bit more conscious about it. So when I first talked to her on the phone, I thought it was going to be very like straightforward, like, girl, you better get your life together because you know better. But she was very loving and friendly and open, and just like, yeah, it takes time and it's a journey and it's a struggle because I've been there. And I love her book because she has some realistic recipes that actually taste amazing. So I can't wait to share with you guys that, and you guys can definitely check out her book, and I'll leave it down below as well if you want to check that out. And then yeah, in other parts of my life, I have started wearing my hair natural again because hormones have claimed a sister's edges from birth. Yeah, and I knew it. Like, you know, everybody talks about hair loss after giving birth, and at first I thought I was gonna escape it because Clay is 5 months. Like, for the first, I would say 3.5 months, I really didn't have to deal with it. But then I would say maybe a couple of weeks ago, like, all of a sudden when I washed my hair, I just would have like tons of hair coming out, or combing my hair, it's like tons of hair coming out. So yeah, I was like, let me just chill on the heat for a minute and rocking it natural for a while. So I hope you guys like it. I'm a little self-conscious about it, but you know, it is what it is. Life moves on. Hair grows, and then you cut it, and then it grows, and you cut it, and it falls out, and then you cut it, and it grows. So life is a process. So that's that. Questions. Okay, so this message is from TK Tibbles. She wrote it under "What is endometriosis" video. She said, hey, sugar. Too much sugar will definitely cause a flare-up, and trust me, it is not a kind process. Dairy is another one you mentioned, and it is so terrible. What am I learning? What I am learning is that if I want sugar or dairy in any form, I must exercise control in moderation, because not only will a flare-up occur, but my eczema will occur as well. Good vid sis, it's time for Endo to be well known worldwide. Yeah, I would definitely say moderation is key. With anything in life, moderation is key. And I just feel like, you know, if you want it, I'm not telling you to subtract it from your life. Like, clearly I'm eating cheese on my eggs, but I'm not eating cheese all day, every day, all the time. However, I do know as an endo girl, if I eat too much cheese, I'm gonna have a flare up, and that's something that I have to be conscious of. Okay, and then how to get pregnant naturally at stage 4 endometriosis. Keeping it real wrote, how long after surgery did you conceive? I had my surgery 3 years ago. Was on birth control since then, and now we are trying to have a baby. Really good question. So I had my surgery in like 2013, 14, and I had Clay 2018. So it was a span of about 4 years. But in that 4 years, I was on Lupron, which took up a whole year. And then I was on birth control right after that for a year. So 14, I guess it was 13. 13 had my laparoscopy. 14 went on Lupron. 15 started birth control strong. 16 was still in birth control. And then around 17 is when I got off birth control just to see how my body would do. Well, 16, 17 got off birth control just to see how my body would do and react. And then I got pregnant in 17. So I don't think that you have to, with the right surgeon, right? All surgeons are not created equally, just like endo is not created equally. So depending on where your endo is and how well your surgeon is, I honestly feel like you can go a while after your surgery to try to conceive. And I didn't start having those conversations from my doctor about, girl, you better get pregnant, until 17. So literally it was around 2017 where my doctor was like, you got 2 years before we need to do some interventions. And we got pregnant. So yeah, I don't think that you have to get pregnant right after your laparoscopy. You have some time. If you decide to do other treatments, or if you are very serious about your natural treatments with endo, if you can handle that, if you know how to manage your diet and your flare-ups, your stress levels, you know, your exercise regimen where it's not stressing you out too much, but it's just right where it can help you manage your estrogen levels, then go for it. But if you need help, there's nothing wrong with that. If you need to find the right birth control, or, you know, other recipes for success. Looking back in hindsight, I know everything that's happened in my life and my journey has allowed me to be in this position of being a mother. But in hindsight, I don't think that I would have gone on Lupron. And I'm just being honest, because it was so many symptoms around that, to the point where, you know, when Josh and I started talking about kids, and we said, hey, you know, what would you do if you had to do IVF? And I frankly told him that I can't do IVF. Like, I'm not for it, only because Lupron is a drug that is administered through IVF as well. And I have been on Lupron, and I don't want to go back through that again. It's a lot. It's a lot. And because my body had already experienced Lupron, and I know that there are a lot of long-term side effects with having Lupron in your system long-term, I just didn't want it in my system anymore. I just felt like if it boiled down to me having to do that, then maybe it wasn't meant for us to have kids in that way. And that may not be the right, you know, way of thinking, but for me, that's where I stood. So, yeah, great question. All right, guys, so I hope that this vlog was helpful and insightful, and make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and comment down below with any questions that you may have. And until next time, peace.